Howdy Ho, Randy Harsh here. You are curious about the expedition. You want to complete it as quickly as possible for whatever reason. The game provides some information on what expeditions are about. You lose some stuff, you keep some stuff, and you also get some bonuses. The first thing you want to do is upgrade Scrappy. Scrappy is a chicken that gets you all these kind of resources as you're raiding along, metal parts, fabric, all the kind of things you need for crafting. And you can also see that because I've done the expedition before, I also have this bonus from the previous season. The sooner you have upgraded Scrappy, the sooner you start accumulating the maximum amount of resources accumulating in the background. All this happens raid after raid, day after day, week after week. Some people are crazy about upgrading all the workstations, but I actually advise you to only upgrade the workstations that you actually need. Personally, I use the workbench stuff. Quite frankly, of course, you need the ammo, and I only use shield recharger and bandage for my heals. Even these weapons are quite okay. Gunsmith, well, this is completely up to you. I usually only craft gray stuff or maybe green stuff. The rest I only use if I pick them up while I'm looting. Even the modification, the gray stuff, get you started. Maybe I'll use something that's green. But this is just your playstyle basically. I'm too cheap to use the more expensive ones. I will die to an arc. I will feel bad. Gearbench is very valuable. There's a lot of benefits of using all these different kind of augments, not just how much space there is, how many slots there are, but for example, this one you can see loading MK3 cautious. Upon shield break, automatically administer a weak adrenaline shot, has a fixed cooldown, things like that. Whatever your playstyle is, augments are at the core of making that happen. Explosive stations, I don't ever use this. I think I would use the deadline or whatever if I'm going after the big arc. Depends on your goals in the game, your playstyle, but you don't absolutely have to upgrade this at all. Utility station, I don't need this upgraded. I never use this stuff. Obviously, things like zipline, Raider hatch key are very, very powerful in the game, but you don't absolutely need them, especially if you're more PvE focused. In PvP, I would see that things like this are very valuable. Raider hatch key, you want to have options, obviously, where to extract so you won't be shot at the extraction. Zipline gives you all different kind of tactical advantages, but if you're a PvE player, you don't need to even touch this if you don't want. Maybe the photoelectric cloak will be valuable to you, but again, not mandatory. Medical lab, I don't need this upgrade at all. Again, I'm using shield recharger, I'm using also just a basic bandage, but if you want the better stuff, of course you can upgrade this. Refiner, this is helpful. It helps you craft all different kind of things. I have it level 2, but if you max this out, you can actually even craft some things that help with the expedition, but definitely complement your playstyle very well. But you can see that even at level 2, I was able to complete the expedition very well. I think that's enough, quite frankly, for expedition purposes. You don't need to worry about quests and trials. Quite frankly, the expedition for me is the main quest in the whole game, the main trial in the game. That's what I immediately start working towards when the new season begins. It might sound crazy, but I have my reasons. You can do them to complement your efforts, to complement your fun and have a bit of extra income. So for example, when you're going for a specific resource for the expedition and you know you have a quest around the corner, you can do it and claim the benefits, and all that will be attributed eventually to your expedition efforts. How about your stash? I would maximize the stash size immediately. I know it costs money, but you can't use the money to buy bread in real life. It's all just in-game numbers, but it will help you to prepare for the expedition. You can simply store more stuff, have more stash value, and quite frankly, your game will become more pleasant as well. You don't have to always be wondering, do I sell this? Do I recycle this? If you have more space, you can be a little bit more casual about it. It means that it's easier for you to complete the expedition. Also, the other things you might be doing on the side, like quests and trials and what have you. But this, use it focus on. Don't worry about the money. Stash size will pay itself back in the form of the value of the stuff you're able to now store. You'll save a lot of time if you learn all the resources you need for each step of expedition. For example, in the first step, there's the foundation stage. You will need metal parts, plastic parts, arc alloy, and steel spring in this season, that is. When you know the things that you need, you can even try to track them in-game. You will know what to keep, what you can sell, what to recycle, and you don't have to do this one step at a time. You can already start accumulating the valuable resources for, let's say, step 4 while you're still doing step 2. And this also plays together with the stash size. The more stash size you have, the more comfortable it is for you to do this. Prepare for the future. If you get a bad spawn, don't waste time. At the beginning of each raid, take cover, open your map, and make a quick plan for that particular raid in relation to where you spawned. What is your goal? How much time left do you have in the raid? Let's say your main goal is to get steel springs. If you feel you cannot find steel springs here, go for the next thing. Maybe you can get arc alloy instead, or plastic parts, or metal parts, or what have you. You can also take a look that, okay, the resources I need are not here in this area. Based on the map, type of resources I'm looking for, I will not be finding here unless I run like 10 minutes in the other corner, but I'm actually next to a high value area, so maybe you can make a money run out of it. The money will help you in the future. If you happen to spawn late, let's say in Stella Montis, you can still consider that, okay, am I gonna go for some big arc like Bastion? Even if it's a late spawn, some people will still be there taking down Bastion, you can get all kinds of valuable stuff there, and even other people, depending how friendly the lobby is, might give some stuff for you. I can't count the times I've been given some kind of blueprints for free, because people don't need them anymore themselves. You can also complete a nearby quest or trial. Like I said before, you don't have to stress about quests and trials, but they are a nice option. It can even mix things up for you. It's okay to have a little bit of fun if you consider otherwise expeditions very grindy to your liking. If none of these apply, it's okay to reset. You can go for the extraction and go for another raid and try again. As a preparation for the 5th stage of the expedition, the load stage, it's a little bit different. It asks you to commit different kind of items like combat items, survival items, provisions, and materials. Combat items are, for example, ammo, grenades, traps, weapons, and survival items are shields, gadgets, utilities, so on and so forth. It's important to hoard items in your stash. Again, bigger stash, the better. And if you're wondering, okay, what to keep? Well, of course, you want to master first what kind of things you need for the different steps of the expedition. But one super simple trick is to look at your stash and organize things based on value. You will be asked to commit 250,000 worth of combat items, 100,000 worth of survival items, so on and so forth. So the value of these items, the combined value of these items matters. And remember, when I'm talking about value here, let's not confuse value and utility. Obviously, these different items have actual different utility value, but right now, with the expedition, the only thing the game cares about is the actual monetary value. On top of that, keep everything purple, keep everything yellow. They're probably very valuable, very useful to you even after the expedition requirements. They might also be super fun to use, like this snap hook right here. Again, the more stash slots you have, the more options, the more freedom you have to play around with these different items. You can also consider that on your path to completing the expedition, you have different playstyles you prefer, and also you may become more efficient in going after your goals based on the items you have at your disposal. Stash size, stash size, stash size. You might also learn that you need something new or something specific later in the expedition that you didn't memorize beforehand. You'll save a lot of time if you research beforehand where to find each different kind of resource that you need for the expedition. There's all different kind of websites out there. I'm sure even Arc Raiders Wiki will help you out, and there's others. And do also keep in mind that the locations for different resources may change between different seasons and after each update. Remember also to have fun with this. Don't make it too grindy for yourself. If you know that this resource is available in different maps, mix it up a little bit. There's only some items that you can find, let's say in Stella Montis, like Ion Spotter, things like that, where you absolutely have to grind and do looting in Stella Montis and trying to survive. But if it's available in multiple maps, mix it up a little bit, make it fun. Go to Blue Gate and like smell the fresh air, take your shoes off, feel the grass, enjoy the birds, all that stuff. There's so many fun ways to die in Blue Gate, for example, as well. But if you are stuck in one map, let's say Stella Montis, Ion Spotter, things like that, don't take it as work, don't burn yourself out, take it as an opportunity to learn and master that specific map. Stella Montis can be very confusing for many people, but navigate there and see different signs you can see on the floor and walls and different paths to go for the extraction, so on and so forth. Make it fun in that way. It's a learning experience, you know. You can also mix things up again with quests and trials. Even if you're stuck in Stella Montis or another map, mix things up. Especially in solos, allow the adventure to come to you. Use the proximity chat if you can, help other raiders, and who knows, they might even know or they might have what you actually need. I, for example, was looking for the final mushroom, and this random nice guy gave it to me when he heard that, okay, I need just the last one. Friendliness helps, unless you are getting shot in the face, of course. Remember that the game is a social experience, makes the game more fun, mixes things up. Allow the adventure to come to you. As mentioned, the load stage, the 5th stage of the expedition, is special. It requires you to commit different items like combat items, survival items, provisions, and materials. And again, each of these categories have a value. You have to commit 250k worth of combat items, 100k worth of survival items, 180k of provisions, and 300k worth of materials. That is the situation in Season 2. Now, as this step requires us to look at the value of these items, you can consider what you commit. There is more life after the expedition requirements, after you're ready to go for expedition. You can keep the weapons that make you excited, the things that you want to use for fun. Let's say you have 2 weapons. Both weapons are worth 15,000. You can commit the one that you're not planning to use immediately after. Leave the fun gun, if you will. Or if there's a new playstyle you're considering trying, or if you're going to go for the queen or the matriarch, keep the ones that you're going to be using against this arc. Same applies to grenades or zip lines and smoke grenades and the most amazing loadout. After step 5 of the expedition preparations, you guessed it, there's step 6. You will need to continue working towards the expedition bonuses. Season 1, you could earn up to 5 bonus skill points that your next character and the character after that permanently could make use of. For each bonus skill point, you needed to have a combined value of 1 million in your stash and in your wallet. And if you had 5 million or more, you get the maximum 5 bonus skill points. You also got 12 stash slots, permanent bonus, but those you got regardless of how much money or how much worth your stash and wallet were. These bonuses will continue to change as we go forward. Do your best to research what the requirements are or what they might be. With the first season, it was kind of a mystery for the longest time. What are the actual requirements to get the 5 skill points? Only 2 or 3 weeks before they released that, okay, actually it's 1 mil per skill point, and people were a little bit upset about it. Maybe the situation has fixed itself by the time you watch this video. Maybe you're watching this in Season 2 or Season 22. Remember to always research what the requirements are for the bonuses that you will be getting for completing the expedition. The requirements will keep changing, and of course, the rewards as well. At this point of the expedition preparations, it's good to transition over to a healthy diet and a variety of different kind of speed runs, completing quests, trials, whatever projects there might be at the time, character projects, and of course also those random encounters. They are the best part of Arc Raiders. Allow the adventure to come to you. Make this step the most fun step of preparing for the expedition. The final tip is to remember to sign up for the expedition when the expedition window opens. Yes, so there's a specific date, start date and end date when you actually have to press the button to make your character join the expedition. You have prepared for the expedition before, you have built the caravan, but your character isn't going anywhere yet. You have to sign up for it. Otherwise, you have worked for nothing. You're not going to get the items and the money and the sweat and tears back. Not at all. Remember that when you click the sign up button, you can still continue working towards the expedition bonuses. In Season 1, let's say that I had 1 mil in my pocket. I click sign up button. I can still continue towards the 2nd million, the 3rd million, 4th million, and 5th million. You can do the same, whatever the requirements, whatever the bonuses will be for this particular expedition. There you have it. This is what I believe to be the best and most efficient and also fun way to prepare for the expedition. And I think this approach will stand the test of time as well. It's not tied to the Season 1, 2, 5, or 15. I think this is a nice combination, a balanced approach to getting it done every single time, every season. Please share in the comments your tips and your tricks. See you topside, and as always, go with integrity.